Today, things are gonna get loud. Hey guys, I'm Kevin.
I'm Bill.
This is Car Ski Go, and today we're going to attempt to straight pipe the Cayman. So, as you guys have seen from some of my other videos, which I'll put a link to below, maybe about a year ago, I tried to install a Borla, and it turned out that I was sold the wrong item. It didn't fit right. It's kind of an idiot. It was $400, and I returned it because I was so angry that it didn't fit. And it turns out that I just can't find used Borlas anyplace, and the exhaust price on these cars is super expensive. So sat around the other day and I figured, well, why don't we just try to do it ourselves? So as you saw in the intro, we went out and got a kit off of eBay, I believe it was. Right now this is just a aluminized steel tubing that we're gonna try this with. Probably not gonna leave it on all the time, so I'm not too worried about it rusting out, but should be pretty much an adventure. I've never fabricated an exhaust before. I don't know. Bill's going to do all the welding because he owns a welder. And we'll see how it goes. So, yeah, let's get started. All right, well, here's the kit that we got off eBay. It's got some 45 bends, some 90s, and 180s with 4 straight pipes. It's got slip fits joints already installed, so hopefully that'll make it a little bit easier to work with, even though we will be welding it. And then there's a couple of triangular flanges right there that did not come with the kit, but they're a few bucks extra. Got the welder set up, got the bandsaw set up. Most importantly, we have the heater over there. It's just too loud to use right now. And the car, which is completely filthy because it's January in New Jersey and it is below freezing out, and I don't feel like washing it, so you're gonna have to deal with it. So the plan is that I'm going to get the exhaust off while Bill practices welding on some of these pipes over here. And we'll do this in time lapse. I'm not going to show you guys a step-by-step of how to take the exhaust off because I went over that in another video. So you can just check that out. As I said before, the link is below. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this. Alright, so before we drop the exhaust, we're trying to look at how we're going to mock this up a little bit. We've got these 45s. This is the flange that we're going to replace right here. And so we got 45 up and a 45 down. And it's not going to be as simple as that, but you can kind of see that what I'm going to do is come out of the existing pipe like that, and then angle that back somehow.
Go ahead, angle like this.
Yeah, to get back to the exhaust, and then it should be 2 90s, a 90 and then a 90 back out, and it should be pretty easy. So we're going to go ahead and finish dropping this exhaust. And the reason it's taken so long is that I had to, again, even though I just took this off a year ago, all the nuts broke on the exhaust flanges, which we had to replace. So anyway, I'm going to keep going. Next is the exhaust coming out.
Action shots.
All right, this is what we've come up with so far. Got quite the gap on that flange there. We'll take care of it. These are not going to be the smoothest bends ever, but whatever. Slip fit going out the back, and then we're going to come out here. Not to make everybody sick. And then we've got one half of it mocked up. So we're going to go ahead and I think we're just going to weld up that flange first and leave everything else tack welded so we can adjust later. Alright, we got a little bit of a mid-build update here. We got one side done, everything's tack welded up. We have the little slip fit as the exhaust tip right now, which actually doesn't look too bad on the car. Just got a couple of tacks put on, and then we've got the flange all fully welded up. It's still a little bit hot right now, so we're going to transition over to the other side, and then maybe, if we have enough time, we're going to do a little bit of a crossover tube back here, since that's what I've seen most of the exhausts online look like. So we'll get to it. Alright, so we got one side in. The flange is all welded. Everything else is just tack welded for right now because we're going to have to make some adjustments, I think, when we're done, but yeah, it's not pretty, but it'll work. So we're moving on to the other side. We'll do a little bit more of a time lapse. Alright, so we got half the side done. Right now we're just lining up the 90-degree bends for the outside. Tack those up, and then we can start trying to make the flange for the other side. Alright, go for it. Alright, here's a little bit of an update since filming has been kind of hit or miss with the camera issues and just my impatience. So we have both sides done. I gotta say, well, they're tacked up, they're kind of fully welded in the back. Got the flanges welded and the first pipe here, and I gotta say, welding is a lot harder than I thought. It's the first time I tried it today, and it was messy. So we're getting there. The next step is that we're going to throw these in the car. I've made some brackets right here. What these are going to do, these are going to go onto the top of the trans like this, and then they're going to be tack welded back here just to give some support in the front. And then we might have to unweld these to get the fitment right and make sure the tips are all lined up. But then after we do that, we can fully weld around these joints here and those joints there, and then we'll be ready for our start. And it'll be a cold start, and it'll be very cold because it is freezing right now. So it's dark out, as you can see. You can also see how dirty the car is. We're getting there. It's I don't know, I want to say like 7 o'clock, and we've been doing this since 10, 11, something like that. So long day, but we're getting there. All right, here's our mounting solution. You can see the bracket we made put up there. It's resting down. Bill's gonna go in and just tack it. So go for it. Hold on, technical difficulties. Tell me before you do it so I can shut my eyes.
Yeah. Oh, that's still really long, huh?
It's all right.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, to the other side. Just tell me before you do it.
Ready?
Yep.
Cool.
That take?
Yeah.
All right. One down, one more to go. All right, well, it's all fabbed up. The tip placement actually looks halfway decent. We do not have a crossover pipe on, and we are gonna give it a start. Here we go.
Water coming out the back of it. It just quiets down. It's awesome.
All right, so the car's on the ground, and here's the tip placement, which I think is pretty level. And we got just a bit of stick out. One of them might be slightly not pointing straight back, but I think for a first attempt, that ain't half bad. We're about to go take this thing out on the road. All right, so we're on the road right now, and it's really loud when it starts up, but it really quiets down. And right now, like, it sounds like a loud exhaust system. It doesn't sound like anything too bad. So we're just gonna drive around for a little bit and let the car warm up before I do anything dumb, and see what happens. It's really quieted down a lot.
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
Yep.
Go.
All right, it's late. It's cold. We've been working in sub-freezing temperatures all day, but it was totally worth it after that.
Definitely.
The fit looks pretty good. It sounds all right. It's loud in the cabin a little bit, but we haven't fully finished welding up all of the joints, so there's probably some leakage right there. It's also hard mounted. We don't have any rubber on the hangers, so that's probably something we can do. But we are just beat right now. So this is going to be part one, and in part two, I think what we're going to do is we're going to install a crossover.
Yeah.
We're going to try to do a crossover pipe in between the tips. We're going to finish welding it up. We're going to paint it, and is that it? I think that's it.
Let it rip.
And then let it rip, yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up for part two, and stay tuned for part two. Thanks, guys.